What up, guys? This is Aaron, and today we are at Spain for round number 5. Yet another track I hate. My god, man. This track just needs to be deleted, removed completely from the F1 calendar. I'm saying. Like, I hate this track. No more to say. So, coming into this weekend, I wasn't expecting anything amazing. I was expecting to start or qualify outside the top 10. And then in terms of race pace, probably not make too many positions up, maybe like 1 or 2. That's just my confidence coming into this weekend. It's just absolutely hate Spain. The only way I was gonna have a chance maybe was if there was rain, because I know just from experience my pace in the rain around this track is actually pretty good, but in terms of just the dry, just terrible. And right before the session, my PB I set an 18.2, so that gave me some hope, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. And yeah, I'm trying my best to recreate that. And just coming through sector 3, it was just so sloppy. I knew there was just no way that was the 18.2. 18.4 at best. So crossing the line, that's an 18.5. I was pretty happy with that, and I knew I could do an 18.5. On average, I was doing an 18.5 pretty consistently. So pretty proud of myself. Very, very happy with that result. P7 is a lot better than I expected to do, so I'll take it. And now go to the results. We've got Railgun and Ruben doing a 17 point something. It doesn't even matter what it is, it's just disgustingly fast. And Lamp like 5 thousandths off from a 17, so yeah, those guys just super fast. In a different level currently, but you know, P7, and I'll take it. On to the race start now. We've got some lights here. That's going to be lights out. Getting an okay start. Managing to keep our position, not getting jumped. And people moving around track, positioning their car, and we'll go side by side with Grezu, our teammate. Very awkward position. Don't want to be attacking our teammate on the first lap of the race, and we're going to see the Ferrari go off track, and that is an easy P6, and he's going to get absolutely mugged for doing that. He just loses so much momentum. And now we've got Marb attacking us. He's going to go side by side with our teammate Grezu. Grezu's going to push him out wide just a little bit, and that's going to allow us to go side by side heading towards turn 7 here. Side by side, and all of a sudden Marb is gone. We've left him enough room for sure. He would have been half on the green stuff and half on the tarmac, but if you give it too much throttle on the green stuff, you just go into a spin, and I think that's what happened. He just overcooked it and spun. I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear any type of collision, so if there was any type of collision, that was definitely some type of desync. So very unfortunate for him. Wish I could see it from his point of view, but just I think from my point of view, enough evidence to say that I left him enough room, and it's not because I forced him off track or bumped him off. So yeah, very unfortunate. Reserve driver, but still, I mean, he's still here to have fun, and that caused him to retire and then leave the game. So maybe next time, buddy. So I'm sorry about that if it was my fault on your screen. Just want you to know on my screen it was okay. So on to the race again. We've got Aladar, who's right behind us, about 5/10, and Grezu in front of us, about a 5/10 gap. And currently, I think the pace from Grezu is just a little too slow. I was lifting and braking a little early, not really attacking him. And in my mind, I was just saying, okay, we'll follow him until like lap 4 or 5 and see if his race pace gets better. And if it doesn't, and the gap in front of him grows too much, then we're gonna be forced to attack him, because I don't think I can handle Aladar being behind us and trying to get the move done on us when we can try and get the move done on Grezu. So yeah, come to turn 1 now. Grezu's going to move aside. He's going to let us right through. And I have to say thank you for doing that. Honestly, he didn't have to do that. But he forfeited the position to us, and he put himself in danger to Aladar, who's right behind. So I have to say thank you. But this has allowed me to start pushing. As you can tell, I am driving just a little bit faster. Visibly, I am pushing, but looking backwards just slightly, Aladar and Grezu are side by side and heading up towards turn 9 now. Aladar is the one who is behind us, and with a big cluster of dots on the mini-map. So that's one crazy train, 4-way battle. And so with that, we have quite a nice gap to Aladar behind us, and we've just got to focus on Jerry now. Jerry had about a 2-second gap at the end of lap 3, but now lap 7 now, we've closed up on him 5/10 a lap. So we're right on his gearbox pretty much, and in terms of race pace, it's identical to the 3 in front, who is Railgun, Lamp, and AOR Ruben. So our race pace is pretty damn good, and Jerry, it looks like he's struggling. I don't, for whatever reason, he's just really struggling. And coming to sector 3 now, putting into lean. I run this entire sector in lean because it's just a sector that requires finesse, and then we're just trying to get as close as possible and throw into rich mix and activate the RS. But before we can even do that, Jerry has just overcooked it on the green stuff and hit the pit wall entry, giving us an easy P4, but also a race ender for him. And I don't know, if I was in his position, I would be so mad at myself. That's just a huge bottle. If there was like a bottle of the week award, it would have to go to Jerry. Yeah, that's just P4. That's a solid amount of points, man. And he just threw that away. So didn't have to fight too hard for that position. And yeah, coming into the pits now, end of lap 10. We've lost touch with AOR Ruben, who is about 2.5 seconds in front of us, lap 8, but then as soon as the tire wear kicked in around 60%, we were losing 5/10 a lap to him. So yeah, it wasn't looking too good at that point. And coming out of the pits now, P6, but I think a net P4. And we're behind Wesselty, who's on the medium tire. I guess right now is a good time to discuss strategy. It's pretty easy at Spain. You start on the soft tire, and then you go on the hard tire to the end. Tire wear should be manageable, but I think overall should be faster than 2-stop. I mean, if you wanted a 2-stop, it's doable. You would do the soft, and medium. But you just lose so much time in the pits. It's just like a good solid 22 seconds. And so it's just better to stay consistent and just do the 1-stop, in my opinion. But I mean, if you have that race pace, especially if you know you're the fastest guy in the split, why not do a 2-stop, right? It might even be more fun. But I think the most safest strategy is the 1-stop. So yeah, Wesselty's going a little slow. I guess he's just struggling with this track. I mean, the medium should have a lot more life. It's only lap 11. They should go into lap 14 pretty easily. So we're just going to throw in Rich. Wesselty's going left and right. I'm not sure if he's trying to defend, but we're going to move out right here, break 100 meters, and he's going to go in deep and leave us a lot of room, and we're going to take that position from him. I think that was a smart move from Wesselty. I think he did that on purpose. He knew he wasn't racing me and didn't want to lose any time from battling with me. And I would have to say respect to that for knowing how to pick your battles. Knowing how to pick your battles is really important. So we're just gonna continue on now. Ruben built like a 4-second gap, but all of a sudden he started falling back 1 second a lap, and it's because he had wing damage. He was trying to navigate some traffic. He wasn't trying to lap a car. It was just a car that hadn't pit yet, and he already pit. And he slammed into the back of him trying to get around him. And so that's given him wing damage and pretty much cost him any chance of a podium or a race win. And I was really hoping for Ruben to take a race win today at Spain, because Railgun and Lamp are the only 2 race winners we've had this season. And just so none of those 2 guys could win, I was hoping Ruben could challenge and take the win off them, so it would be easier to come back in the Drivers' Championship. Yeah, Ruben's going to come to turn 9, hit the gravel, and he's just going to hit the brakes. And at this point, I could just tell you, he just retires from the race. He's just like, fuck it, and rage quits. So, I mean, I think that was a bad move. His pace, even with wing damage, was pretty damn good, and I think he could have still finished in the points. But I'm not going to report him. Still a huge shame. He put in so much time in practice, and yeah, hopefully he comes back next race and puts book a redemption race. So I can tell you this race becomes very boring after that. Like after lap 20, I stop pushing. I just start running the entire race in standard mix. I was getting outpaced pretty easily by Lamp and Railgun, about 5/10 a lap. And so after passing Ruben, it was about a 5-second gap, which eventually grew to a 10-second gap over, I guess, 10 laps. And then as they started to battle Railgun and Lamp, that gap grew back down to 5 seconds. So coming through the finish line now, last lap, 70% tire wear. Railgun crosses the finish line in first, and we're going to cross the finish line in third, but with penalties, we take a P2. Oh man, I can't tell you how good that felt. Man, I was already celebrating P3, but to get P2, man, that is just, man, that's a lot better than I thought. And I have to say thank you to Railgun for getting so many penalties. 6 seconds worth. If I had started driving any slower, I probably wouldn't have jumped him. I seriously slowed down my pace the last 6 laps of the race. Aladar was following me for a good 20 laps in that race, and in the last 6 laps, I lost 3 seconds to Aladar. He was within, the gap was 6 seconds down to 2.5 seconds. So yeah, I really slowed down my pace. I was just trying to bring it home, just get the points and move on to a track next week that I enjoy, which is Silverstone, I believe. So Silverstone, I guess on average, I'm not blazingly fast, but I like the track, and I'm it rewards consistency and smoothness, especially in the S section. So I think my race pace and quality should be stronger, and yeah, looking to get another podium, hopefully. Don't want to jinx myself, fingers crossed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this race, and thanks for watching. Thanks.